off the field, the Boston Herald reports Bill Belichick chastised Rob Gronkowski in front of his teammates because Gronk was a client of Tom Brady's trainer, Alex Guerrero. Gronk started training with Guerrero last offseason, and this has reportedly caused friction between the coach and the tight end. We're joined by Episode 1 NFL analyst Ray Lewis. Welcome, Ray. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
First, Shannon, what does this tell you?
First of all, I do not believe that this is a chastisable offense. If Gronk was injured and he was going outside of the scope, Skip, I can see. You want your training staff to get a look at him to see where he is. I get that. But Gronk isn't injured. So now I'm looking at it, okay, so what's the crux of this? Alex Guerrero just happens to be caught in the bad at the wrong place at the wrong time. This has nothing to do with Gronk training with Guerrero. This has nothing to do with Guerrero. This has everything to do with Mr. Kraft instructed, demanded that Coach Belichick trade Jimmy Garoppolo. In order for Coach Belichick to get some of that power back and to show that I'm still in charge, get out of here, Guerrero. You will have no more access. And then he publicly tries to shame Gronk. Now, I get it. Look, maybe he said, Gronk, you can't play tight end with noodle arms like Tom Brady can play quarterback. You play two different positions. So you need to lift some weights. I understand you want to be flexible, but you need to lift some weights. But this is not a chastisable offense. This is something that you could call Gronk in. We've seen incidents where, well, somebody got shot over a PlayStation or somebody got over a sandwich. That wasn't the reason. That was the final straw. This is not the reason Coach Belichick is doing this. Coach Belichick, for the first time, someone checked his authority. And the person that checked it has more authority than him. So this is his way of saying, hold on, I'm still in charge here. I'm just letting everybody know. And this is where we are right now.
Yeah, and I think even though we don't have the total context of what exactly he said, I kind of agree with that, is that he checked him from a certain standpoint. It's like, I am still that dude now. Like, let's not get this out of order. And I think when you think about this, and I kind of go to this, right? And shouldn't make a joke about this, but I am. Because, you know, when you told me to change my eating habits, like, I thought you was really crazy. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, I walk in and it's just plain green beans and no salt, no pepper, no nothing. The chicken is dry and just water. and it's a lifestyle change. It really is. But when you think about what Brady is doing and what Gronk is doing, listen, Brady is trying to stay up. You know, people trying to Bobby Boucher Gronk. You know, you got to be ready for that. Right? And so you have to, this has to be a totally different program. Now, from the nutrition side, I totally get it, right? Because the better you eat, the more, the better you perform. Like, I learned that very early, right? From guys like him, Rod Wilson's, and just guys just learning that knowledge from them. But when you get to a certain point, you have to do what your position requires. And that's what you're speaking about. When that position says, I got to be lifting more than anything. You know, if you watch the transition of guys, I want you to really pay attention when guys come in the league on how their bodies start to deteriorate. Because a lot of them don't train for the position. Right? A lot of them just say, I can run fast, I can catch balls, and that's all I'm going to do. But I'm telling you, the transition, and I think with this whole argument, is about, look, Gronk has been hurt a lot in his young career. So what Belichick is saying is, man, you need to be building up muscle and things to keep you on the field. And I don't know if this TB12 program really helps Gronk.
Did Rob Gronkowski stay reasonably healthy last year? It's pretty good.
I think
given his track record, reasonably healthy?
Because remember the previous year, Skip, he missed the season because he wouldn't play in the Super Bowl. So he missed a lot of time. And he's been nicked throughout his career. Maybe it's a game, maybe it's 8 games. But we know normally he gets nicked.
So what have we talked about with Tom Brady and Alex Guerrero? If Tom Brady believes with all his heart and soul in what that man is preaching to him, let him believe it. Because what the mind can conceive, the body will achieve. It just will. Because if you believe it in your head, it'll start to manifest itself the rest of your body. And Brady believes in this guy, and Brady is convinced Gronkowski, you should believe in this guy because he will lengthen your career. And so now I think Gronk's a convert, and this is like religious stuff because you have to believe in it religiously to buy it, right? So he is buying all of it, as is Brady. And if I'm the coach of my two most important players, right? Are those the two?
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
so. Because you say Gronk can be as dominating as anybody in the league, right?
Yeah, no question, no question.
Well, then I'm going to live and let live on those two, because I'm just going to say, go, you're good. And I get you about weightlifting, but again, Alex Guerrero is about pliability. I don't know, but again, it's all about stretching, lengthening the muscles as opposed to tightening and strengthening the muscles, because when they get tight, they will explode on contact. If you get hit the wrong way in a precarious, vulnerable position, your muscle will tear. And they're saying if you lengthen the muscle, it won't tear anymore. So Gronk is, what is he, 6'6", 265, somewhere in there? 270.
That's a big man.
Okay, so he just wants to play longer and leaner than he did before. Maybe that's okay. He basically just catches footballs.
I don't believe that's compatible for the position that he plays. Now, you can stretch all you want to, Skip, but he plays a physical position. Yeah. So Gronk's going to have some texture, some oomph to his body.
Absolutely.
Okay. When I see him dancing on stage, he looks pretty lean to me, like scary lean, like long and lean. You know, like he doesn't look like a tight end.
A lady from the Boston Herald, they did a story, and she says he looks like he's lost 10, 15 pounds. Yeah. And the thing, and for Coach Belichick, you know, if you play with New England, Skip, you know he's going to have his hand on everything. Nothing comes or goes without Coach Belichick. Right. So you understand that, but and as I told her, if they believe it, the most important muscle in your body is your mind.
It is.
It doesn't matter your hamstrings. It doesn't matter your bicep. If they believe that he provides something that training staff for the Patriots cannot, you're wasting your time. Because for an athlete, you believe it. I had to show him the results. Okay, Ray, if you do this, if you run like this, if you eat like this, if you train like this, the first year he does it, he wins Defensive Player of the Year. Well, there's the proof in the pudding. So now I don't need to be around him because he knows what to do.
No.
What was the proof in the pudding, Jay?
I mean, look how you look. Did you not win Defensive Player of the Year? Did you win that award?
I did.
Well, are you taking full credit?
No. He had to eat. He had to eat. He had to lift those. I couldn't lift those weights for it. I couldn't run for Ray. But I'm just trying to show, because here's the thing. See, the thing is, like, and we're going to talk about this, but when you mentor somebody, the mentor can only be as good as the mentee.
That's it.
So if he was unwilling to listen, Skip, I was wasting my time.
Yep.
But he was willing to listen. And so with Gronk and Coach Belichick, it's hard to argue what you've been able to accomplish. But they believe Guerrero gives them something that New England Patriots staff can't.
Well, but you over the years, you have went outside of that as well.
Absolutely.
Right? Just like myself. We have went outside of the regular trainers, right? The regular doctors, right? Because there's people who do other things for you.
Even strength and conditioning.
Absolutely.
I took Friday, no disrespect to you, I know you know, but this is what works for me.
Yeah.
Right.
And Ray and I we were doing what we doing on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is no disrespect to you, Friday, but this is how he was a strength and conditioning coach. This is how it worked. I've had the same thing when I was in Denver. Yep. Hey, they said as long as you lifting, it's working.
Yeah.
So but that's not how Coach Belichick sees it, Skip.
Right.
But this is not about that trainer, Skip.
It's not.
If Garoppolo was there, then Alex Guerrero be doing push-ups in Belichick's office.
That is correct. No, he would. No, you're exactly
Coach
right.
Belichick might be getting a massage.
Right.
So once upon a time, Ray Lewis and company often took down the Patriots from the outside in because they were the Ravens. Playoff games. Right now, the Patriots are starting to implode. This is Rome falling from within,
Absolutely.
right? Because to me, this is yet another indication, another report that shows you that this is internal warfare, man. They're at it. And I don't see it getting better. I see Mr. Kraft ultimately having to choose. He's going to have to choose who you got. Because I don't see how Brady and Belichick will coexist this way, because Mr. Kraft is fighting, he's just dancing as fast as he can to try to make him happy, then go over here and make him happy, and hope they can coexist through another Super Bowl year.
I mean, the guy has done nothing wrong, and then you take his access away. What did he do? Oh, he happens to be the one that the guy that you wanted to replace, he happened to be his guy. So I'm going to make you uncomfortable, Tom. You want to go tell your dad that get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, I'm going to make you uncomfortable.
That's correct.
I'm going to want to make you leave.
because I'm still in charge.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you leave.
Well, okay. So that's one way to lose
We'll
a
see.
dynasty.
Well, Skip.
I'm betting on the quarterback who had the greatest 40-year-old quarterback year in history because he just won MVP.
And took the L.
That's pretty good.
Oh, Nick Foles got it. Nick Foles, the best quarterback in the NFL. Because that's how you say you do it.
Did he not have a great year?
Oh, so then Nick Foles should be starting for the Eagles.
No. Carson Wentz.
Oh.
He just took down Tom Brady.
So it just only works until next season
I like
starts?
use Skip's rationale. Skip says the best player, if you win the title and you win the MVP, you're the best player.
You
You
got to be the best.
Oh, Nick Foles.
Oh,
Tell Tom to give him that trophy.
okay. Well, he lost because Tom can't play safety.
No,
They don't let him play safety.
What about?
Am I right?
Did he throw Tom Brady a pass?
Yeah.
Was that the difference in the game?
No, the fumble. That fumble. Did he fumble the ball?
One time.
No.
One time.
You
Biggest play of the game.
You told me in Game 6 when LeBron James had those 3 turnovers. You
No,
say
it's 3.
Oh yeah, he had
3 in a
one.
row in the last.
He had one.
Whew.
He had one. Oh, costly.
Was it not a great? LeBron's were all uncharacteristic, unforced errors. Was this not a forced error by Brandon Graham? Was Brandon Graham maybe the best pass rusher in football?
If he'd done some bicep curls, he could have held onto the ball. He had no tricep.
Really? Interesting.
He ain't got no grip.
Meanwhile, he's throwing for 505.
505.
A playoff record?
I don't remember nothing.
Tom Brady doesn't have a strong arm now?
No.
Oh.
Really?
He ain't strong as the old fold.
He's got the noodle arms.
The starter for the Eagles.
Throw them
Big Foles,
fold.
right?
Philadelphia.
What will the Giants do with Odell Beckham Jr.? We'll discuss that next.